ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
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 नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं
नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं
नरं चैव नरोत्तमं
नरं चैव नरोत्तमं
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
ततो जयमुदीरयेत्।
ततो
ततो
जयमुदीरयेत्।
जयमुदीरयेत्।
नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु
नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु
अभद्रेषु
नित्यं भागवत सेवया
नित्यं
नित्यं
भागवत
भागवत
सेवया
सेवया
भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके
भगवती उत्तमश्लोके
भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके
भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी।
भक्तिर्भवति
भक्तिर्भवति
नैष्टिकी।
नैष्टिकी।
Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 12, Verse 2. Tasya janma mahabuddhe
तस्य जन्म महाबुद्धे
कर्माणि च महात्मना
कर्माणि च
च
महात्मनः
महात्मना
निधनं च यथैवासीत्
निधनं च
निधनं च
यथैवासीत्
यथैवासीत्
सप्रेत्य गतवान् यथा
सप्रेत्य
सप्रेत्य
गतवान्
गतवान्
यथा
यथा
तस्य जन्म महाबुद्धे
तस्य जन्म
तस्य जन्म
महाबुद्धे
महाबुद्धे
कर्माणि च महात्मना
कर्माणि
कर्माणि
च
च महात्मनः
महात्मना
निधनं च यथैवासीत्
निधनं च
निधनं च
यथैवासीत्
यथैवासीत्
सप्रेत्य गतवान् यथा
सप्रेत्य
सप्रेत्य
गतवान् यथा
गतवान् यथा
तस्य जन्म महाबुद्धे
तस्य
तस्य
जन्म
जन्म महाबुद्धे
महाबुद्धे
कर्माणि च महात्मना
कर्माणि
कर्माणि
च
च
महात्मनः
महात्मना
निधनं च यथैवासीत्
निधनं च
निधनं च
यथैवासीत्
यथैवासीत्
सप्रेत्य गतवान् यथा
सप्रेत्य
सप्रेत्य
गतवान् यथा
तस्य जन्म महाबुद्धे
तस्य जन्म महाबुद्धे
कर्माणि च महात्मनः
कर्माणि
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 च
च
च
महात्मना
महात्मनः
निधनं च यथैवासीत्
निधनं च
निधनं च
यथैवासीत्
यथैवासीत्
सप्रेत्य गतवान् यथा
सप्रेत्य
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 गतवान् यथा
गतवान्
गतवान्
यथा।
यथा. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charunarvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
जय
Synonyms. Tasya, his of Maharaja Parikshit.
तस्य his of महाराजा परीक्षित
of Maharaja Parikshit.
Janma, birth.
जन्म birth
Janma, birth.
Mahabudhe, of great intelligence.
महाबुद्धे of great intelligence
intelligence.
Karmani, activities.
कर्माणि
Karmani,
activities
of activities.
Cha, also.
Cha, also.
Also.
Mahatmana, of the great devotee.
Mahatmana of the great devotee.
Nidhanam, demise.
Nidhanam demise.
Demise.
Cha, also.
Cha, also.
Yatha, as it was.
Yatha, as it was.
Eva, of course.
Eva, of course.
Of course.
Asit, happened.
Asit, happened.
Sa, he.
Sa, he.
Pretya, destination after death.
Pretya, destination after death.
Gatavan, achieved.
Gatavan, achieved.
Achieved.
Yatha, as it were.
Yatha as
Yatha
it were.
as it were.
Translation, please repeat after me. How was the great emperor Parikshit,
How was the great
The
emperor
great emperor
Parikshit,
Parikshit,
who was a highly intelligent and great devotee, born in the womb, born in that womb?
who was a highly
who
intelligent
was
and
a
great devotee born
highly
in that
intelligent and
womb?
great devotee born in that womb?
How did his death take place?
How did his
How did
death
his
take
death
place?
take place?
And what did he achieve after his death?
And
And
what
what did
did
he
he achieve
achieve
after
after
his
his
death?
death?
Purport. The king of Hastinapura, now Delhi, used to be the emperor of the world, at least till the time of the son of Emperor Parikshit. Maharaja Parikshit was saved by the Lord in the womb of his mother, so he could certainly be saved from an ultimately untimely death due to the ill will of the son of a Brahmana. Because the age of Kali began to act just after the assumption of power by Maharaja Parikshit, the first sign of misgivings was exhibited in the cursing of such a greatly intelligent and devoted king as Maharaja Parikshit. The king is the protector of the helpless citizens, and their welfare, peace, and prosperity depend on him. Unfortunately, by the instigation of the fallen age of Kali, an unfortunate Brahmana's son was employed to condemn the innocent Maharaja Parikshit. And so the king had to prepare himself for death within 7 days. Maharaja Parikshit is specially famous as one who is protected by Vishnu, and when he was unduly cursed by a Brahmana's son, he could he could have invoked the mercy of the Lord to save him, but he did not want to because he was a pure devotee. A pure devotee never asks the Lord for any undue favor. Maharaja Parikshit knew that the curse of the Brahmana's son upon him was unjustified, as everyone knew, as everyone knew, as everyone else knew, but he did not want to counteract it because he knew also that the age of Kali had begun and that the first symptom of the age, namely degradation of the highly talented Brahmana community, had also begun. He did not want to interfere with the current of the time, but he prepared himself to meet death very cheerfully and very properly. Being fortunate, he got at least 7 days to prepare himself to meet death. And so he properly utilized the time in the association of Sukadeva Goswami, the great saint and devotee of the Lord.
Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Namaha Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasnaya Bhutale Srimate Jaya Pataka Swami Iti Namini Namo Acharya Padaya Nitaya Krupa Pradhaine Gaurakatha Dhama Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavati Paschatya Desatharine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Nama Hari Gopal Govinda Ram Srimad Sudanam Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangunam Gayatri Girimet Kripatama Mande Sri Gurum Deyatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Mishwaram Hari Om Tat Sat. So actually Parikshit Maharaj related to Parikshit Maharaj question were asked earlier by the Saunaka Rishis to Suta Goswami, and he started narrating somewhere around when Krishna was about to depart to Dwaraka. At the time Uttara was hurrying towards him and asking him to save, the Ashwatthama has sent a Brahmastra to kill Parikshit Maharaj, and then the Lord has saved Parikshit Maharaj. And after that, from there, the Lord's pastime went on that he was ready to depart. And then Kunti Devi has prayed to him. And then he went with all the Panchapandavas to see Bhishma on his deathbed. And then Bhishma's excellent characters and who has cleared the doubt of Yudhishthira Maharaj. And then from there, they came to cover the kingdom. Then in this way, the narration took in a different direction about the pastimes of the Lord, and it has gone far away from the context. So the Saunaka Rishis reinstated the context by asking the question again here about the Parikshit Maharaj. So now he will be telling what Parikshit Maharaj actually his birth and his life and his death. Everything is special. How it is special? Not only special, it is transcendental. His birth is special because he has seen Krishna before even he got birth. And Krishna has protected him from the Brahmastra in the womb itself. And he gave darshan to the child. And the child got birth, even could not be destroyed by Brahmastra. So in this way, Parikshit Maharaj's birth has become very special. And his whole life, he was very special because he has been a pure devotee and always searching for Parikshit. Name came because he was, Pariksha means a test. He was checking or testing everyone he come across that whether he is the person who has come into the womb to save him. In this way, Parikshit Maharaj's whole life, he was actually remembering Krishna, the form which he has seen before birth. He's continued to remember that throughout his life, every moment. In this way, he was in very favorable Krishna consciousness throughout all the time. And his death is also very special because Krishna has selected Sri Parikshit Maharaj to deliver Srimad Bhagavatam to all of us, to all the future Kali Yuga people. So this is another important aspect. So everything about Parikshit Maharaj is not only transcendental, it's very special. And hearing about Parikshit Maharaj is all auspicious and bringing in, very attractive to hear more about the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna. And when Parikshit Maharaj was ruling, Hastinapura was the capital of the whole world. The whole planet, only one king was there, till Janamejaya, the son of Parikshit Maharaj. After that, it was distributed to different rajas or kings independently. But till the time, Janamejaya, the son of Emperor of Parikshit, Hastinapura used to be the capital. And that is where the king lives, the palace of the king of the earth. It is there in the Hastinapura, which is called Delhi now in India. And Maharaja Parikshit in the womb itself, he was saved. So what to speak of his untimely death? He could be saved as well, right? Because in the womb itself he was saved, and then his untimely death could always be avoided. Because that was happened due to the fallen Brahmanas, son of a Brahmana. Because age of Kali means the Brahminical quality will diminish, and the Brahmana, so-called son of Brahmana, the Sringi, he has cursed such an intelligent and exalted personality on which the whole planet was depending on for the survival of Krishna consciousness and Varnashrama Dharma, to keep Kavali away from them. Even in this Kali Yuga, that was possible by Maharaja Parikshit, but this foolish person, Brahmana, he has cursed Maharaja Parikshit and brought in Kali so fast into this particular age. So in this way, even the Brahmana has been misused by Kali. And King Parikshit is essentially the protector. His life meant for others. He has been living for others' welfare. Such a king, why he should die? Why he should accept the death? So this was the question the Saunaka Rishis earlier asked. But now again, they are asking to reinstate the context in which the discussion is going on. And this is fallen age of Kali, due to which, of course, Maharaja Parikshit could retaliate the curse given by the Sringi, the son of Brahmana. And but he didn't do so. He didn't do so. He always has the mercy of the Lord to save him at any time. What to speak of untimely death? Even before birth, he was saved. But he is a pure devotee, so he was not interested to save the temporary body. A pure devotee will never ask the Lord any undue favor. We have seen, say, how beautifully this Gopinatha Patnayaka, he was never asking Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for anything, despite he was put on the changa for death. But others have gone and requested. But he was only meditating on the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is a different experience. The pure devotee will never ask for anything. Even the body is given up untimely, that's all right for them. They want to always meditate on the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya, and they want to serve him nicely. That is the position of a pure devotee. And even if death comes, they will not request to avoid the death. Rather, if they are given a chance, they will ask, I want to get birth in a pure devotee family to continue the association of pure devotees and serve the Lord. This is the mentality. Vaninatha, when he was arrested, the eldest brother of Bhavanandaraya sons, 5 sons, that is Pandu family, they incarnated as Bhavanandaraya Pandu, and Yudhishthira was Vaninatha, and this Gopinatha Patnayaka was Bhima. So when he was arrested, Vaninatha, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu specifically asked what he was doing, and he was chanting the holy name and nothing else. Very ecstatically, not out of fear, oh Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I'm chanting the holy name, save me. No, he was in ecstasy, whether arrested or otherwise. He was in ecstasy and he was chanting the holy name of the Lord loudly with full blaze. And he was counting the chanting very carefully. And after chanting 1,000 names, he makes a mark on his body to keep the count. This, when he heard Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, became very happy. And Gopinatha Patnayaka was requesting, you have showed real mercy to Vaninatha, not to me, because I got opulences. I got saved from the death, but I didn't get the mercy that Vaninatha has got. So please give me that mercy so that I will get fully detached from the material and engaged in the pure and alloyed loving devotional service at your lotus feet. So this was the prayer offered by Gopinatha Patnaik to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So when he even to meet death, very cheerfully and very properly, they will meet death. Similarly, Parikshit Maharaj also wants to, when the death was enforced upon him untimely, but still he has very cheerfully and very properly accepted it. So, but here Prabhupada says that he is very fortunate that he got at least 7 days to prepare himself to meet death. We don't have any such warning. Any moment we will die. And we don't have any such warning. Nobody has any such warning that, okay, you will die in 7 days. And if at all given a chance that, okay, you will die in 2 months or 3 months, by the doctors, these people would start enjoying their sense gratification to the fullest extent possible and not turn towards God even at the time. That is the age of Kali today. But here, only 7 days are left for its untimed death. Parikshit Maharaj cheerfully, very properly accepted that, and immediately he has properly utilized the 7 days and night. Not 1 second he wasted in sleeping or eating or drinking anything. Even for that, he didn't spend his time. He understands the value of time. He immediately taken shelter, and then association of Sukadeva Goswami, who is the great saint and who is a pure devotee of the Lord. This is a very beautiful lesson through Parikshit Maharaj. The Lord has delivered the Srimad Bhagavatam to us. So we'll go to the next verse. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 12, verse 3. Tad idam shrotum ichchamo.
Tat idam shrotum ichhamo.
Gaditum yadi manyase.
Gatitum yadi manyase.
Bruhina sraddadhananam.
Bruhina shraddhadananam.
Yasya jnanam adachuka.
Yasya jnanam adachuka.
Tadidam shrotum ichchamo.
Tat idam shrotum ichhamo.
Gaditum yadi manyase.
Gatitum yadi manyase.
Bruhina sraddadhananam.
Bruhina shraddhadananam.
Yasya jnanam adachuka.
Yasya jnanam adachuka.
Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Tat idam shrotum ichhamo.
Gaditum yadi manyase.
Gatitum yadi manyase.
Bruhina sraddadhananam.
Bruhina
Shraddhadananam.
Yasya jnanam adachuka.
Yasya jnanam adachuka.
Synonyms. Tat, all.
Tat all.
Idham, this.
Idam this.
Shrotum, to hear.
Shrotum to hear.
Ichchama, all willing.
Ichchama
all
willing.
Gaditum, to narrate.
Gaditum to narrate.
Yadi, if.
Yadi if.
Manyase, you think.
Manyase you think.
Bruhi, please speak.
Bruhi please speak.
No, we.
Na we.
Sraddhadananam, who are very much respectful.
Shraddhadananam, who are very much respectful.
Yes, yeah, whose.
Yes, yeah, whose.
Jnanam, transcendental knowledge.
Jnanam, transcendental knowledge.
Adat, delivered.
Adat, delivered.
Shukha, Sri Sukadeva Goswami.
Sukha, Sri Sukadeva Goswami.
Translation, please repeat after me. We all respectfully want to hear about him, Maharaja Parikshit,
We
We all
all
respectfully
respectfully want to
want to
hear
hear about him,
about him,
Maharaja Parikshit,
Maharaja Parikshit,
to whom Sukadeva Goswami imparted transcendental knowledge.
to
to
whom
whom
Sukadeva
Sukadeva
Goswami
Goswami
imparted
imparted
transcendental
transcendental
knowledge.
knowledge.
Please speak on this matter.
Please
Please
speak
speak
on
on
this
this
matter.
matter.
Purport.
Purport. Sukadeva Goswami imparted transcendental knowledge to Maharaja Parikshit during the remaining 7 days of his life, and Maharaja Parikshit heard him properly, just like an ardent student. The effect of such a bona fide hearing and chanting of Srimad Bhagavatam was equally shared by both the hearer and the chanter. Both of them were benefited. Out of the 9 different transcendental means of devotional service to the Lord prescribed in the Bhagavatam, either all of them or some of them or even one of them are equally beneficial if properly discharged. Maharaja Parikshit and Sukadeva Goswami were serious performers of the first two important items, namely the process of chanting and the process of hearing, and therefore both of them were successful in their laudable attempt. Transcendental realization is attained by such serious hearing and chanting and not otherwise. There is a type of spiritual master and disciple much advertised in this age of Kali. It is said that the master injects spiritual force into the disciple by an electrical current generated by the master, and the disciple begins to feel the shock. He becomes unconscious, and the master weeps for his exhausting his store of so-called spiritual assets. Such bogus advertisement is going on in this age, and the poor common man is becoming the victim of such advertisement. We do not we do not find such folk tales in the dealings of Sukadeva Goswami and his great disciple Maharaja Parikshit. The sage recited Srimad Bhagavatam in devotion, and the great Kali and the great king heard him properly. The king The king did not feel any shock of electrical current from the master, nor did he become unconscious while receiving knowledge from the master. One should not, therefore, become a victim of these unauthorized advertisements made by some bogus representative of Vedic knowledge. The sages of Naimisharanya were very respectful in hearing about Maharaja Parikshit because of his receiving knowledge from Sukadeva Goswami by means of ardent hearing. Ardent hearing from the bona fide master is the only way to receive transcendental knowledge, and there is no need for medical performances or occult mysticism for miraculous effects. The process is simple, but only the sincere party can achieve the desired results.
Hari Om Tat Sat. Very beautiful verse. The Saunaka rishis have exhibited their eagerness to hear very attentively and respectfully about Srila Parikshit Maharaj, because Parikshit Maharaj, every bit of his life is, all auspicious and very special, and it is transcendental. And Parikshit Maharaj is the most fortunate person on the planet of his time to whom Srila Sukadeva Goswami has imparted transcendental knowledge. So the whole Srimad Bhagavatam was given by Srila Sukadeva Goswami to Parikshit Maharaj. At that time, Suta Goswami was also there in the assembly by giving oral reception very attentively and submissively to Sukadeva Goswami. That is why Suta Goswami was once again selected after a few years to release this Srimad Bhagavatam again to all the Saunaka rishis. So Sukadeva Goswami has imparted the transcendental knowledge. That is, transcendental knowledge means knowledge about Krishna. So about Krishna, there are two Krishna Katha. One is called Bhagavad Gita, that is spoken by Krishna. Another is called Srimad Bhagavatam, that is spoken about Krishna. So the transcendental knowledge is there in both Bhagavad Gita as well as Srimad Bhagavatam. But Srimad Bhagavatam is considered postgraduate study, whereas Bhagavad Gita is considered graduation or preliminary to Srimad Bhagavatam. So that is why in Bhakti Shastri, the main course is Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and Bhakti Vedanta, Bhakti Vaibhava and Vedanta is completely nothing but Srimad Bhagavatam. So Srimad Bhagavatam is a very dedicated transcendental knowledge, the science of Krishna. So by studying both Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, one come to know the science of Krishna, the absolute truth. And one who knows the absolute truth or the science of Krishna is qualified to become a spiritual master. So Sukadeva Goswami has practiced with the Parikshit Maharaj the process of chanting one of the nine and the primary of the 2 of 9 processes. And Parikshit Maharaj was practicing the hearing of the chanting by the bona fide spiritual master. In this way, the chanting Sravanam Kirtanam, the chanting and hearing about this particular transcendental knowledge of Krishna, the pastimes of Krishna, was given. In this way, both the hearer as well as the speaker of the Srimad Bhagavatam, both were equally engaged in 2 different primary type of 9 devotional services, namely chanting and hearing. So whether it is the Bhagavatam speaker or Bhagavatam hearer, the audience, both are equally benefited. And chanting and hearing are the 2 different but primary process of 9 devotional service. So Srimad Bhagavatam is equally shared by both the hearer as well as the chanter. Srimad Bhagavatam is the crust jewel of all the scriptures. The Srimad Bhagavatam is further extended by the same pastimes of Krishna, but in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In Srimad Bhagavatam, it is written, its extension is going to come, Krishna Varnam Tisha Krishnam. So those intelligent will take the nectar in such a way. And Guru Maharaj is releasing the current Srimad Bhagavatam, which is an extension of this Srimad Bhagavatam that we are speaking. The same Vyasadeva came as Vrindavan Das Thakur to extend this Srimad Bhagavatam. And Guru Maharaj is compiling all that Vrindavan Das Thakur and other pure devotees like Murari Gupta or Raghunath Das Goswami or Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, everybody, whoever has, maintained the diary and written about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastime activities. Everything is being compiled into a single literature called Chaitanya book by His Holiness Jayapata Goswami Guru Maharaj. And while compiling this book, he is also directly giving that particular pastime in the audience every day, regularly, and taking us into the pastime. So this Srimad Bhagavatam we are only hearing, but that Srimad Bhagavatam we are entering into, because Guru can take you into the pastime. So this is called the science of Krishna, and it has to be received from bona fide spiritual master. And we are very fortunate that we are receiving it from bona fide spiritual master every day, incrementally. There are so many secrets that are being revealed gradually in these particular classes, because one should be very serious performers of the first 2 important devotional service, just like Sukadeva Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj. Both the hearing process and chanting process should be very serious. Then both of them would be successful in their laudable attempt. And naturally, the spontaneous love for performing devotional service two words. The lotus feet of Krishna or Lord Chaitanya is automatically sanctioned to the devotee who is seriously hearing such narrations of the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya or Lord Krishna. And in Kali Yuga, there are so many bogus guru who gives electric shock to initiate. Very popular. And Prabhupada has condemned that in this purport, because Srimad Bhagavatam is the way, and it has to be heard from the bona fide personality who represents Sukadeva Goswami, and to the bona fide disciple, which is represented by Parikshit Maharaj. So, the Srimad Bhagavatam is also narrated in devotion, in pure, unalloyed, loving devotional service. This is called both narration of the Srimad Bhagavatam or Chaitanya book, which is being spoken. This is done with in devotion. And hearer should also hear it very properly. So here Prabhupada is writing that king did not receive any electrical current from the master, nor did he become unconscious while receiving knowledge from the master. One should be fully conscious and Krishna conscious when he receives any transcendental knowledge from his spiritual master. Whether you have the body or you don't have the body, doesn't matter. Prahlad Maharaj did not even develop his full body. He heard with rapt attention. Similarly, here Suta Goswami, with rapt attention, heard the Srimad Bhagavatam from Sukadeva Goswami. Parikshit Maharaj, with rapt attention, heard Srila Sukadeva Goswami chanting the Srimad Bhagavatam, the pastimes of Krishna. So similarly, the receiver should be receiving it with rapt attention and not in unconscious state. So it should be received in Krishna consciousness. That is why we are chanting the holy name every day, which is also chanting and hearing. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this will enable us to be in Krishna consciousness so that we can hear the pastor of Lord Chaitanya regularly in being situated in Krishna consciousness. So that is a very, very important thing. And the sages, Saunaka Rishis in the Naimisharanya were very respectful to Srila Parikshit Maharaj, because Parikshit Maharaj is direct disciple of Srila Sukadeva Goswami. And he made such a rapt attention, ardent hearing, it is called, from bona fide spiritual master. And that's the only way to receive the transcendental knowledge, which will awaken the spontaneous love to perform devotional service without any reservation. So that is the purport. Thank you very much. Anybody has any questions or realizations or comments, please do share with us. Fine.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, इसमें दिया हुआ है दुर्भाग्यवश पतित, ये श्लोक 2 में दुर्भाग्यवश पतित कलयुग के बहकावे में आकर एक अभागे ब्राह्मण पुत्र द्वारा निर्दोष महाराज परीक्षित को लांछित कराया गया और इस तरह राजा को 7 दिनों में अपनी मृत्यु के लिए तैयार होना था। तो ये पहले तो दिया हुआ है कि महाराज परीक्षित का जन्म के समय माने कृष्ण भगवान द्वारा उनको बचाया गया था, माता के गर्भ में ही उनकी मृत्यु हो जाती। तो ये फिर यहाँ पर ये अभागा ब्राह्मण पुत्र कौन है जिसने इनको लांछित कराया और 7 दिनों में अपनी मृत्यु के लिए तैयार होना था?
हाँ,
ये ब्राह्मण
पुत्र जो है, हाँ बोलिए बोलिए।
ठीक है, इसमें दे रहे एक अभागे ब्राह्मण पुत्र द्वारा निर्दोष महाराज परीक्षित को लांछित कराया गया और इस तरह राजा को 7 दिनों में अपनी मृत्यु के लिए तैयार होना था। तो ये ब्राह्मण पुत्र कौन था और क्या उसने लांछना उन पर लगाया? 7 दिनों में वो मृत्यु के लिए तैयार हो रहे थे।
ये ब्राह्मण पुत्र का नाम है श्रृंगी।
अच्छा।
वो छोटा लड़का था, वो बड़ा ब्राह्मण नहीं था। उसका पिताजी जो है वो ब्राह्मण है।
अच्छा।
वो जो है बैठ करके ध्यान में था, कृष्ण भगवान के ऊपर ध्यान कर रहे थे अपने कुटीर में बैठ के।
यस
और
प्रभु।
उनका जो पुत्र जो श्रृंगी है, ये अपने सगे लड़कों के साथ खेलने के लिए बाहर गया हुआ नदी में।
यस प्रभु।
उस समय परीक्षित महाराज जो है वो अपना चक्रवर्ती का कर्तव्य निभाता हुआ,
यस
कली
प्रभु।
को दंड देता हुआ वहां से
यस।
बहुत थक करके आ रहे।
अच्छा।
इतना थक गया कि उनको पीने के लिए पानी चाहिए था। तो
यस प्रभु।
उसने देखा तो एक जंगल में एक कुटीर है, उस कुटीर में गया तो वहां पर
यस।
जो है ये मुनि, ये जो
यस।
श्रृंगी का पिताजी, वो बैठ के ध्यान
जी।
कर रहे थे। और परीक्षित महाराज बहुत थके हुए थे और उनका प्यास लग रहा था, और वो पूरी पृथ्वी का चक्रवर्ती था। तो वो
यस।
जाकर के उन्होंने बोला कि भाई मैं परीक्षित आया, मेरे लिए थोड़ा पानी दे दो। और जब राजा
यस।
आता है, मुनि जो है ब्राह्मण को जो है अपने से बढ़कर राजा मर्यादा देते हैं, किंतु जब वो आते हैं तो मुनि जो है उनको अच्छी तरह आवाहन करके उनका आसन लगा के, आसन ग्रहण करा के पूछताछ करते हैं कि कैसा चल रहा है, क्या है, सब कुछ 7 चीजों के बारे में पूछताछ चल रहे हैं। तो ये सब नहीं किया उस मुनि ने, वो आंख बंद करके बैठा हुआ था।
अच्छा।
इसलिए जैसे सो रहा हो ऐसा बैठा हुआ था अपना ध्यान में। तो परीक्षित महाराज बहुत थके हुए थे, तो उन्होंने देखा कि क्या ये तो कोई देख भी नहीं रहा है मेरे को, पानी भी नहीं दे रहा है। इसलिए वहां पर देखा क्या करूं मैं। तो वहां
यस।
पर एक मरा हुआ सांप पड़ा हुआ था। तो उस
यस प्रभु।
सांप को उठा करके माला जैसा पहना दिया उनको, उस ऋषि मुनि को। क्या आप
यस।
मेरे लिए पानी भी नहीं देते हो करके बोल के वो
यस।
चला गया। तो वापस जाते वक्त उन्होंने जो है बहुत पछताव किया कि ये मैंने क्या किया। एक ब्राह्मण को वो ध्यान में भी हो सकता है, और
यस
मैं उनके ऊपर ये मरा हुआ सांप को डाल दिया, ये ठीक नहीं है। तो इस तरह वो
प्रभु।
पछताव कर रहे थे, मैं ऐसा क्यों किया, मैं
यस
एक
प्रभु।
क्षत्रिय महाराज और भक्त हूँ और ऐसा मेरे को करना नहीं चाहिए। और
यस।
इसलिए इसका जो भी दंड है मेरे लिए तुरंत ही मुझे वो दंड प्राप्त हो, ताकि मेरा संतान के ऊपर ये बदनाम ना आए। तो इस
यस।
तरह वो बहुत पछताव कर रहे थे। तो
यस प्रभु।
इस समय जब ये चले गए थे तब क्या हुआ, ये श्रृंगी जो लड़का है ये ब्राह्मण का, वो
यस।
वहां से आ रहा था। आकर के
यस।
बच्चों के साथ उधर आया, आता तो उसका पिताजी जो है ध्यान में बैठा हुआ और उनका गले में जो है मारा हुआ सांप पड़ा था। तो
यस प्रभु।
देख करके वो श्रृंगी ने जो है बहुत गुस्सा कर दिया, ये कौन है इस मेरा पिताजी का गले में ये मरा हुआ सांप को डाला, मैं
अच्छा।
उसको
यस प्रभु।
शराब देता हूँ। उस ब्राह्मण बचपन से बहुत पावरफुल होते हैं, क्योंकि
यस प्रभु।
वर्णाश्रम धर्म का पालन करने की वजह से।
यस प्रभु।
और उसने अपने हाथ में पानी लिया और शराब दिया कि जो भी मेरा पिताजी की गले में ये मरा हुआ सांप डाला, वो
हाँ।
आज से 7 दिन में
यस।
दक्ष, कौन सा नाग है
तक्षक नाग।
हैं?
तक्षक नाग।
हाँ, दक्षक नाग के द्वारा उसका मृत्यु हो, इस तरह का
अच्छा।
इसने शराब दे दिया। उसके बाद तो बहुत चिल्ला करके रोया। जब अपने
अच्छा।
बच्चा का रोने का आवाज से ये मुनि जो है वो बाहर निकला अपने ध्यान से, और
अच्छा।
पूछा क्या हुआ क्या हुआ। वो देखा अपने गले के ऊपर जो पड़ा सांप था, उसको उठा के फेंका। फिर अपने
यस।
पुत्र के पास आया, क्या हुआ बेटा। तो उसने बोला ऐसा 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 आपके ऊपर ये महाराज परीक्षित ने ऐसा डाल के गया और मैं ऐसा शराब दे दिया। फिर
यस
उस
प्रभु।
मुनि ने जो है बहुत ही पछताया, ये क्या कर दिया तुमने। वो बहुत
अच्छा।
शुद्ध भक्त है, वो महाराज तो बाद में है, पहले वो कृष्ण भक्त हैं। और एक
यस।
भक्त के ऊपर ऐसे शराब देना, उन्होंने कोई गलती भी तो किया नहीं। वो हम
अच्छा।
उनको स्वागत नहीं किया, वो अपने कर्तव्य में निभा रहे थे, वो बहुत थके हुए थे, तो उनको पानी देना हमारा फर्ज है। तो उनको
यस प्रभु।
बुला करके आश्रम में बैठाना हमारा फर्ज है। लेकिन
यस।
वो छोड़ के तुमने ये क्या कर दिया। तो
यस।
उन्होंने भगवान से क्षमा मांगा अपने पुत्र का जो बचाव के लिए। और
यस प्रभु।
इमीडिएटली उन्होंने बोला ये महाराज परीक्षित को ये सूचना दे दिया जाए
यस प्रभु।
कि ऐसा ऐसा ये श्रृंगी ने जो है शराब दे दिया।
अच्छा।
तो इस तरह उसने सूचना दिया, और महाराज परीक्षित ने जैसे ही सूचना रिसीव किया तुरंत
Yes,
महाराजा परीक्षित जो है बहुत खुश हुआ, अच्छा हुआ, मेरे प्रार्थना जो है वो सफलता हुआ, और
जी,
इसका जो दंड वो मुझे ही मिल जाए, और
yes,
मैं अपने आप को तैयार करता हूँ। तो 7 दिन में अपना मृत्यु के लिए अपने आप को प्रिपेयर करने के लिए वो घर वर सब छोड़ करके, सब जो है अपने बच्चा जो जन्मेजया को हैंड ओवर करके एकदम वहां से निकल गए, एकदम
yes,
कोई
अच्छा,
समय को नष्ट नहीं किया, सीधा गंगा किनारे पे आया। वहां पर सारे ये सुन करके, ये बहुत बड़ा चीज है, कोई छोटा मोटा चीज नहीं है। परीक्षित
yes,
महाराज को कोई शराब देना और परीक्षित महाराज 7 दिन में मृत्यु को प्राप्त करने वाले हैं, ये तो
yes,
नॉर्मल चीज नहीं है। सारे ऋषि मुनि सबको पता चल गया, पूरा वहां पर आ गए,
अच्छा,
सब कुछ एकत्रित हो गए। वहां पर
yes,
व्यासदेव था, नारद मुनि था, एवरीबॉडी
yes,
सभी आ गया, पूरे बड़े बड़े ऋषि, सुखदेव गोस्वामी, बड़े बड़े ऋषि
yes,
पूरे आ गए थे। आकर
yes,
के आने के बाद परीक्षित महाराज ने उनको प्रार्थना किया कि मेरे लिए, मेरे पास 7 दिन का मोहलत है मृत्यु को प्राप्त करने के लिए, तो इस 7 दिन के अंदर मैं अपने जीवन को सफलता पूर्वक करना चाहता हूं। तो आप हमको ये बताइए कि क्या क्या करना चाहिए मनुष्य जीवन में, क्या क्या नहीं करना चाहिए, मुझे ये 7 दिन में कैसे मैं सफलता पूर्वक होकर के मैं जो है अपनी जीवन का समाप्त को अच्छी तरह कर सकूं। इस तरह
yes,
उसने सवाल पूछा। तो
yes,
भिन्न मुनि ने भिन्न कई चीजों के बारे में बताया, क्योंकि हर मुनि जो है वहां पर एक एक चीज का मास्टर था, पूरा
yes,
वो नहीं था। तो कोई बोला था कि तुमको पूरा दान करो, ब्राह्मण को पूरा दान करो, गौ दान
yes,
करो, ये करो वो करो। दूसरा बोला
yes,
तुम ये यज्ञ बनाओ, वो यज्ञ बनाओ। तीसरा बोला
yes,
तुम अष्टांग योगा का प्रैक्टिस करो हमारे साथ। इस तरह कई ऋषियों ने कई चीजें बताया,
yes,
लेकिन
प्रभु,
परीक्षित महाराज को वो सबसे कोई संतुष्ट हुआ नहीं।
yes, प्रभु,
तब जाकर से सुखदेव गोस्वामी वहां पर पहुंचा।
yes,
जैसे सुखदेव गोस्वामी वहां पर पहुंचा, सब
yes,
जो है उसका प्रणाम किया, और
yes,
परीक्षित महाराज उनका शरण आश्रय ले लिया। बोला आप
yes,
मुझे रक्षा करें, मेरा 7 दिन है मृत्यु के
yes,
लिए, मुझे क्या करना चाहिए क्या नहीं करना चाहिए मैं आपके ऊपर छोड़ता हूँ। इस तरह परीक्षित महाराज को सुखदेव गोस्वामी ने अपना शिष्य स्वीकार करके 7 दिन
yes,
में ये श्रीमद् भागवतम को दिन रात लगातार ये श्रीमद् भागवतम यानी ट्रांसेंडेंटल नॉलेज को दिया। तो
अच्छा,
ये प्रोसेस था, और इसमें दोनों ने ना तो सोया, ना पानी पिया, ना खाना खाया, कंटिन्यूअसली 24 आवर्स 7 दिन में पूरा श्रीमद् भागवत को परीक्षित महाराज को दे करके उन दोनों श्रवणम कीर्तनम लगातार चल रहा था। तो दोनों
yes,
ने अपना जिंदगी का सफलता प्राप्त की।
yes, प्रभु, वाह, बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग स्टोरी है प्रभु, बड़ी रोचक कहानी आपने सुनाया प्रभु, बहुत
ये
अच्छा
श्रीमद्
लगा,
भागवत में आएगा, हम सुनेंगे, और बहुत ही
yes,
खूबसूरत है।
और
yes,
हरि बोल।
हरि बोल।
इसी इसी इसका बाद में तो कली युग स्टार्ट हो गया था ना।
हाँ, कलियुगा उसी समय स्टार्ट हो गया था। कली पुरुष को
राम
परीक्षित महाराज ने इससे पहले श्रृंगी का शराब लेने से पहले कली पुरुष से मिला था। कली पुरुष को जो है उन्होंने अवॉइड किया कि मेरे राज्य के अंदर कहीं भी तुमको आना नहीं है करके।
तो उसका
तो कली पुरुष जो है पूछा था कि तो मैं फिर रहूंगा, मैं वो सरेंडर हो गया कली पुरुष। तो क्षत्रिय राजा के सामने कोई सरेंडर होता तो उसको मारते नहीं, इसलिए महाराज परीक्षित उसको मारने वाला था। जैसे ही उसने शरण लिया तो उसको माफ किया। उसके
yes,
बाद काली पुरुष ने पूछा कि मैं कहाँ रहूं, मेरे लिए रहने के, अभी मैं तो शरण ले चुका हूं आपका, इसलिए मुझे जीने के लिए कोई ना कोई जगह तो चाहिए, तो आप मेरे लिए जगह दे दीजिए। तो इसने परीक्षित महाराज ने बोला कि ठीक है, तुम जहां पर जो है ये 4 नियम का पालन नहीं होता है, जहां पर मांस मछली खाते हैं, जहां पर क्या बोलते हैं इलिसिट सेक्स होता है, तो
जी,
वहां पर गैम्बलिंग चलता है, सूद,
yes,
इस जगह पे तुम रह सकते हो। तो
हाँ,
कली पुरुष ने फिर विनती किया, नहीं, ऐसा कोई जगह आपके राज्य में तो है ही नहीं,
अच्छा,
तो आप ऐसे जगह दे रहे हैं जो जगह आपके पास है ही नहीं, तो मैं कहाँ रहूं, अभी रहने के लिए मुझे जगह दीजिए। तभी परीक्षित महाराज ने सोचा, फिर बोला ठीक है, जहां पर सोना बहुत ज्यादा है, अवश्य से ज्यादा अधिक सोना जहां पर है तुम वहां पर रहो। इस तरह कली को जो है जगह दिया। उसके बाद में परीक्षित महाराज इधर आया। तो इस तरह कली का जो आगमन तभी हुआ जब परीक्षित महाराज का अंत हो रहा था। Thank you.
Okay.
5,
Yes, प्रभु
4,
धन्यवाद प्रभु
3, 2, 1, 0. Thank you very much for the association. So let's assemble back tomorrow, not tomorrow, on Monday, 7 o'clock for Srimad Bhagavatam class. Till then, Grandra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Padita Pavan Srila Guru Maharaj ki jai.
जय
Prabhupada ki jai.
जय
Bhagavad Satsang ki jai.
जय
Vaishnav Pranam. Vancha
कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः
जय श्री गुरु महाराज की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। हरि हरि
हरि हरि